The B Nation Podcast. The B Nation Podcast, Miguel Tello.
Time to give steps forward on the B Nation podcast as we prepare a brand new episode full of inspirational quotes from industry experts about their wishes for a better music industry. I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who listened to the first 2 episodes of this magical season number 7, where anyone can be part of the nation, as for example, River, Gracie, and Bleed. They are our latest additions as we are playing for the first time the latest tracks here on this episode, plus 2 stunning guests that they are back again with us. This is the B Nation Podcast. I am Miguel Tello and we are presenting you episode 3. This one is called 22 Steps Forward, and if you want to know the rest of the content, Laura is now ready with the summary.
On episode 3, the big story this week is 22 Steps Forward. We are doing a special mention to Music Week's article where industry specialists analyze their wishes for a better music industry. For a second week, our record of the week is Best Friend Song by Rosie.
Hi, I'm Rosie, and you're about to hear Best Friend Song, which is the record of the week on the B Nation Podcast.
If I was ever gonna get a tattoo, I'd wanna get a half a heart to match you. You and me to the end. Wrote a best friend song for my best friend. If you say you wanna do some mushrooms, I take what you give me cause I trust you. You and me to the end. Wrote a best friend song for my best friend.
AJ Smith is on the show presenting the song that he dedicated to his Grammy.
Hi, I'm AJ Smith, and you're listening to the B Nation Podcast.
We are giving our congratulations to our friend MAGGIE SZABO for being one of the songwriters on the song that will represent Spain this year in Eurovision.
Hi, I'm Maggie SZABO, and you're listening to the B Nation Podcast.
The latest music industry news, and as always, we will bring you the best new music from around the world. Welcome to the B Nation Podcast.
How are you guys? How are you doing? Welcome to another episode of the B Nation Podcast, where we are bringing you the best new music from around the world. And if you think you have it, please send us an email to podcast@thebnation.com, podcast@thebnation.com. Or you can check our website, www.thebnation.com, and also our socials on Instagram under the username TheBNation and TikTok under the username TheBNation. As I say at the beginning of this episode, anyone can be part of the nation, and we're gonna start this episode with one of our latest additions. We fell in love with Gracie, and the track that you're gonna hear right now is part of her EP that is called Fragile. Listen to this track that is called Can Be Friends, and it's a fantastic song. Her name is Gracie, and the song is called Can Be Friends.
I've been trying to hold it in, trying not to say. I still think of you the way I used to, babe. Say I'm gonna hold it in, you don't feel the same. But now I'm overthinking how you looked at me. And I'm on the phone trying to call you, though I know you won't reply. Cause now when it's 3 in the morning, I'm not the one on your mind. And there's no point in even talking, I'll only make out I'm fine when I'm not. And that's why we can't be friends. Every time you're near me, reminds me how we used to be, and the feelings come back. That's why we can't be friends. It ain't good for my mindset to have you in my mind just yet. I still want you like that. That's why we can't be friends. No, I said I'm cool with it, going separate ways. But now you've moved on and I'm in the same place. I guess I thought that you'd turn back, say it's a mistake, but you look happier. That's why we can't be friends. Every time you're near me, reminds me how we used to be, and the feelings come back. That's why we can't be friends. It ain't good for my mindset to have you in my mind just yet. I still want you like that. That's why we can't be okay. I ain't okay, baby. You're out there while I'm inside waking up. My neighbors can hear my heart breaking. That's why we can't be That's why we can't be friends. Every time you need me, reminds me how you used to be, and the feelings go bad. That's why we can't be friends. Ain't good for my mindset to have you on my mind. Just yet, I still want you like that. That's why we can't be. Okay, I ain't okay, baby. You're out there while I'm inside waking up. My name is getting my heart breaking. That's why we can't be. Okay, I ain't okay, baby. You're out there while I'm inside waking up. My name is getting my heart breaking. That's why we can't be.
And we open this episode of the B Nation podcast with Gracie and the song that is called Can't Be Friends. It's part of her EP that is called Fragile, and you hear it for the first time here on the B Nation podcast. Coming up on the B Nation podcast, AJ Smith is back on the show presenting his latest single dedicated to his Grammy. We are having a chat with MAGGIE SZABO, giving our congratulations for being one of the songwriters on this year's Spanish entry for Eurovision Song Contest, and we analyze the steps forward from industry experts for a better music industry. But now it's time to play our record of the week, and it's the first time on the B Nation podcast that for our second week, our record of the week is Best Friend Song by Rosie. We spoke to Rosie recently about this song, and she's gonna tell us right now a little bit more about the track.
I wrote Best Friend Song about my very real best friend. Her name's Taddy, and I wrote it the day she moved out. We'd been roommates for a really long time, and I thought I needed to write a song for us to mark the end of an era and to celebrate and to get out kind of my sadness and nostalgia about it being, you know, this big life change. Hi, I'm Rosie, and you're about to hear Best Friend Song, which is the record of the week on the B Nation podcast.
I wanna go to a party and only talk to you. Or stay at home on our phones, maybe for an hour or two. When I'm kinda sick of everyone but you. Let's go to Sheryl Crow karaoke, it's all I wanna do. If I was ever gonna get a tattoo, I'd wanna get a half a heart to match you. You and me to the end. Wrote a best friend song for my best friend. If you say you wanna do some mushrooms, I take what you give me cause I trust you. You and me to the end. Wrote a best friend song for my best friend. You were there when I cried over what's his name again. You picked me up, I was drunk, still a mess at 3 a.m. You hit me with your tough love. It was kinda mean but true. It's why I call you my sister. It's not just cause I look like you. There's no one else I'd rather waste my time with. If I was ever gonna get a tattoo, I wanna get a half a heart to match you. It's you and me to the end. Wrote a best friend song for my best friend. If you say you wanna do some mushrooms, I take what you give me cause I trust you. It's you and me to the end. Wrote a best friend song for my best friend. You will always be, Wrote a best friend song for my best friend. There's no one else I'd rather waste my time with. There's no one else I'd rather waste my time with. If I was ever gonna get a tattoo, I'd wanna get a half a heart to match you. With you and me to the end. Wrote a best friend song for my best friend. If you say you wanna do some mushrooms, yeah, take what you give me cause I trust you. With you and me to the end. Wrote a best friend song for my best friend. It's you.
Our next last guest, he is back to the B Nation podcast because last time he was in the season premiere of season 6 and he was presenting Coureur, but this time he is presenting a brand new song that we played last week here on the B Nation podcast called Grammy. Please welcome AJ Smith. AJ, how are you, man?
I'm so good, Miguel. How are you?
Welcome back to the B Nation podcast. It's a fantastic pleasure to have you again on the show. Let's do a catch up from last time because first of all, I heard that you were recently on tour in the US. So tell me a little bit more about the experience. How was it? How you feeling about it?
Oh, it was fantastic. We had some really incredible shows and some too where it was the first time playing in a market and you never know how many people even know your music in, say, a city like Philadelphia, where I had never played a show before. But, we still had a good number of people that came out and were singing along to all of my songs. And it was really cool to get to go out there and play markets that I've never played and see people come and get them singing along and joining in on the music. It was a really amazing experience. And then, of course, we had some really big shows, New York and Chicago and Nashville and everything like that, where we knew that we would have some bigger shows. And so those were, even more fun. And just my drummer said that while he was playing those and even some of our lighter shows, he was just feeling really inspired and he was seeing a stadium as a future tour on our horizon. And he was like, I was back there and we were playing to, 50 people, but I was seeing 5,000. And I was like, that's awesome. So it was so great. It was so fun.
Do you plan in the future to continue doing tour in 2022?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm just waiting on the next dates.
I'm pretty sure because obviously we just started the year as you can. Now, let me tell you. So you are presenting the brand new single that is called Grammy, which I think is genius, the title of the track. Obviously, when you see as well the artwork of the song. But we're going to catch up a little bit from the last time that we talked. So we're going to talk about Lonely Year, which is a track that you released last year, right towards at the end of last year. And I want to ask you about this track because why it was a lonely year for you? Why was your inspiration behind this song?
It's so interesting because in a lot of ways, I didn't actually have a lonely year. I went through COVID and quarantine with family, with my fiance, with my dog. And so in a lot of ways, I actually had it a lot better than a lot of people. My co-writer lost both of his parents over the last year, which was really hard. And, we've also lost some family and some friends, either from COVID or just other things during the pandemic, and attended Zoom funerals and everything like that. And it was getting to the end of the year, and my birthday's at the end of the year. And so then, it's always kind of weird where I'm reflecting on what did I accomplish this past year? Did I do everything that I wanted to? Did I see everybody that I wanted to? And I think, with this pandemic, no, I didn't get to see everybody that I wanted to. A lot of my touring dreams that I had pre-COVID, I hadn't played really live shows in front of live audiences in 2 years. And so there was a little bit of that going on. And from a mental health standpoint, you end up at the end of this year and you're thinking, gosh, I feel like I should be happier right now as the year closes but I'm not. And and the opening line of that song is very true. I've read every single book on self-help. Shouldn't that make me an expert on my mental health? And I feel like that's so much the case where, I'll talk openly about mental health. I'll talk openly about the things that I'm struggling with. But that doesn't always necessarily translate to fixing everything, right? You still have those down days. And so I felt compelled to put this song out. It's more vulnerable than maybe a lot of my other songs. But the feedback that I've gotten from it is, I had somebody come up to me at a show and thank me for putting that song out and said that they listened to it on repeat and it just brought them to tears because that's exactly how they had been feeling over the last 2 years.
Let me tell you something. I feel like I found that very admirable. People that they are brave enough to obviously to make music, to write music about and talk about things like that they are very personal, that they are very private, let's say like that, about that. So congratulations for that, man, because obviously I just want to have to give you your personal recognition for that.
Yeah, thank you. It's hard. It's weird, saying, hey, I'm trying to be this, perfect human for being a recording artist, but then also let me let you into my imperfect life. It's
we are all humans at the end of the day, right?
Hi, I'm AJ Smith, and you're listening to my song Lonely Year on the B Nation podcast.
I've read every single book on self-help. Shouldn't it make me an expert on my mental health? But I'm a mess, I'm unstable, and heartbreak makes it hard to be grateful. Yeah, I've been dying since you left, and it hurts like hell. And I know that it don't help when I text, can you come over? Tried deleting you, but I can't forget your number. Wish I could let someone fill the space that you left, but I still lie awake staring at your side of the bed. It's bad, 'cause you got me staying up all night, missing all the times I held you dear. Yeah, it's been a lonely year. Damn, it's been a lonely year. I thought we had it right, but slowly watch us die and disappear. Life was so much better than when you were here. Fuck, it's been a lonely year, lonely year. Yeah, it's been a lonely year. I broke my guitar and I changed my bed, but all that did was kill the music playing in my head. Oh, and I know that it don't help when I text, can you come over? Tried deleting you, but I can't forget your number. Wish I could let someone fill the space that you left, but I still lie awake staring at your side of the bed. I'm staying up all night, missing all the times I held you dear. Yeah, it's been a lonely year. Damn, it's been a lonely year. I thought we had it right, but slowly watched us die and disappear. Life was so much better than when you were here. Fuck, it's been a lonely year, lonely year. I thought we had it right, but slowly watch us die and disappear. Life was so much better than when you were here. Fuck, it's been a long
Right, so you just hear Lonely Year, which is one of the tracks that AJ Smith, our guest today on the B Nation podcast, released last year. And we are going to talk about Grammy, which is the brand new single that AJ released recently. And it's a fantastic song, by the way. And I want to ask you first something that I am very curious to find out about songwriting here on the B Nation podcast. It's a question that we are asking to so many artists to find out what is the common thing to do. Let me ask you. So if you have to do a recap between all the songs that you've written in the last 6 months, what is the common thing for you, AJ, that it comes always first? The title, the lyrics, or the melody?
Usually I'll come up with a title or a concept. And sometimes I'll have voice memos of melodies already in my phone that maybe I thought would fit that title or concept, and I'll sort of marry them up. But a lot of times, especially because what I've been writing is a little bit more of a concept album where it's all of the songs are about, dreaming big, going for those dreams, but also appreciating where you're at and, staying grounded. And so because of that, I have titles like Grammy, Red Carpet, Academy Award, Cooler, Better. I mean, I'm giving you listing songs titles that aren't even out yet. Some of these, Nobody, Drama. A lot of these sort of one-word grandiose titles and I'll come up with those titles and then find the song to write to it.
You know, I was about to say that I heard people that they say that they find it more easier when they have a concept or they have a title to obviously to continue to write the lyrics of the song, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it gives you some guidelines, it's I kind of have an idea as to where the direction is that I want to go with it, which then really helps from a lyric writing perspective.
On these ones, obviously, there is no like a right or wrong answer. It's just questions that obviously we're trying to find out, like how artists now work these days. For example, let me ask you this one about release schedules, which is very interesting to find. For you, what is like more important? For example, I'm going to give you 2 examples and tell me what is the one that you feel like it will be more interesting for you to release 2 songs in 6 months or to release 6 songs on 6 months?
6 songs in 6 months is more interesting to me, and we're starting to push to do that. I think my team and we were a little bit hesitant to put out too many songs all in one go, just because I needed to finish producing some more. But now I've got a backlog of tons of songs that I've finished producing, and it's time to get them out into the world,
Yeah, exactly. So are you planning to release more tracks in the next few months?
Oh, yeah.
Right. So tell me a little bit more about the plans for 2022 after this song Grammy. What can we expect in the future? If there's something that you can tell us.
Sure. So we're dropping a music video for Grammy very soon, and then after that, I'm putting out a new song in March called Nobody. Likely the end of March, because we filmed the music video to be somewhat in line with Bridgerton. Do you know that TV show?
Oh, yeah, I heard it, yeah.
Yeah. So, and Bridgerton season 2 comes out March 25th. So, I shot a music video where we were all in, Victorian era outfits and everything like that for this song. And we thought it would be really fun to release that alongside the premiere of the new season of Bridgerton. So that would be coming in March. And then I have another song that we're planning for April or beginning of May. And then I'm actually getting married in June, but maybe...
Congratulations!
Thank you. But we'll drop that song in June and just keep on going. I've got so many that I'm ready to share with the world, so I want to get them out.
Busy man, right? That's great, man, and congratulations for that. Honestly, I'm really happy for you that you're getting married in June, and then you're busy with all the singles and videos coming up, which is obviously amazing. So let's talk about Grammy, which is your latest single. I just want to say that the artwork is genius. I want to ask you first of all about who did the artwork, because it's genius as hell. Like, honestly, it's so amazing. And I want to tell you also as well what's the story behind the track and why that coincidence between Grammy and Granny.
Sure. So, I had the concept for it. I knew that I wanted to create a sort of Academy Award Grammy style statue, but then make it my grandma. And it was just a matter of where can I get this done? I'm not that talented of a visual artist. So I actually just went on Fiverr and I searched for 3D modeling artists on there, and I found an artist and worked with them and explained the concept, and they said it was absolutely doable, and they turned it around very quickly, and then from there I took the concept of just the statue, and I did the rest of the work myself, putting it on the background and putting the text in and everything like that, but that's easy compared to what they had to do. So yeah, that's how the artwork got done.
Great, fantastic. And then tell me a little bit more about the story of the track. When did you write the song? And what can you tell me a little bit more about the concept in general?
Sure. So I wrote this song, I want to say fall of last year, and possibly end of summer, like August, September area. And my grandma has always been one of my biggest fans. She says that her rule is that anybody that comes over to her house has to listen to my music before they can leave.
Wow.
Yeah, and
let's give her a shout out, honestly, because that's amazing.
Yeah, right? So, even if it's like the plumber coming over to fix something, like, you can't leave until you've heard my grandma.
I love that. I really love that.
And, I grew up playing in her church, every time I would go and visit, she'd be like, "Oh, can you stay and play piano at the Sunday service?"
Yeah.
You know, and so I would play piano for her congregation there, and you know, so she's always been a big supporter, and in her small community, always tried to make my music a big, you know, on the forefront within her reach, which I've always thought was amazing, and you know, love the support. And you know, she's getting up there; she's 81 now, and I wanted to make sure that I could sort of immortalize her in a song and write her a song, and so I did, and I came up with this idea of the title, right? The title first of Grammy, but making it not about awards, but making it about my grandma, because, you know, her love has been the biggest award that anybody could ever ask for. But then also to a certain extent, you know, put in that, be knowing about it and put in that joke sort of at the end where and make it about how she thinks that I'm going to be a big star. And at the end, well, I hope one day that I'll get to walk her down the red carpet or something like that, you know? So, you know, trying to keep that foot in both worlds a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's a song about my grandma, and anybody who's dreaming big knows that it takes a village in order to go after those dreams, and having that support system from your family is going to be the first big step towards hopefully achieving those dreams.
And what does she think about the song?
She loves it. I played it for her over Christmas, and we were dancing to it in the living room and everything. I have a video of it, and I include a little clip of that video at the end of the music video, which is coming out soon. Let
me tell you that story is so beautiful, and I am really, really happy to hear that, because, you know, like, what can we do without them, right? AJ, man, that it was so fantastic to do this catch up. I just want to say once again, thank you so much for being on the B Nation podcast. I wish you all the best. Obviously, as you know, like, we're gonna keep like supporting your music from now on.
Oh, thank you so much, so much for having me. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Miguel. From my abuelita. Hi, I'm AJ Smith, and you're listening to my brand new single, Grammy, on the B Nation podcast.
My Grammy thinks that I should be a star. Plays all of my CDs in a car. Telling all her friends my latest plans. That's cause Grammy, she's my biggest fan. My Grammy brags about me at her church every day. It's always been this way ever since birth. She goes to every Sunday service wearing all my merch, cause Grammy knows how hard I work. She don't really drink, but that don't mean she ain't alright. If you think you've laughed and check her cartwheels at the high. She makes 81 look 18, cause you know my Grammy, she the queen. We getting fancy, fancy. From New York to Miami, she's my mother flipping Grammy. Ay, my Grammy thinks that I'm the shit. She my number one, she never quit. Got that $1 million hairdo, petty with the nails too. Cause that's my Grammy, she legit. When she's driving home, she's calling up the local station, requesting AJ Smith, pretending that we're not related. Singing all the words, even the ones she thinks are trouble. A swagger in her slippers, that's the flipping Grammy shuffle. Getting fancy when we're dancing in the kitchen to Sinatra, Sammy cook a little opera. She my girl, I need her, my pequeña abuelita. She says she prays for energy, she'll make it past the century. Yeah, to send me headline MSG. My Grammy thinks that I'm a star. Believe me with all the golden heart, and I hope one day we'll go down that big. I'll be looking fancy, cause I want the world to see my OG.
What a fantastic time that we had with AJ Smith, that he was on the B Nation podcast presenting his latest single, Grammy. Coming up on the B Nation podcast, MAGGIE SZABO is on the show. We are giving our personal congratulations to her for being one of the songwriters of this year's Spanish song for Eurovision Song Contest. And we are also playing our latest additions to the nation, tracks by River and Bleed. But now it's time to make an special mention to the article that Music Week recently published about 22 steps forward. Industry leaders reveal their hopes for 2022 for the music industry. For example, guys, we're gonna make a special mention to the most interesting ones from this article. But if you want to read the full thing, check out the latest issue of Music Week where you can find everything. Sean Richards, director Hip Hop Partnerships Poland, says, "I hope that more females are able to be successful in the charts and touring. Little Sims becoming the first domestic female to sell out 3 Brixton Academies can hopefully create a domino effect." Leroy Harris, artist marketing lead in Spotify UK and Ireland, "I would like to see further strides towards diversity and equity in the industry becoming normalized. There is a long way to go. We see a lot of collective will and positive action heading in the right direction. It's essential that we don't lose focus." Deji Ace, BBC Radio 1 Extra, "I would like to see more majors take a bigger chance on R&B from the UK. Although the industry R&B is dead, narrative has definitely gone." I highly recommend you guys that you get the latest issue of Music Week with more information about the 22 steps forward and the hopes and wishes of industry executives for a better music industry. It's really interesting to read the whole thing, but we cannot read all of them just because we will take a while. So we make a special echo. So we just made a special mention on the most interesting ones here on the B Nation podcast. And now it's time to play this song that is called Cherry by Bleed. There we go. It's one of our latest additions to the B Nation podcast. Cherry by Bleed.
Days like years are gone in a second on a combination of antidepressants. It's murder, kill time. Or what if I kill the groove, kill the lights? Not a mood, not a vibe. Shake it off, done crying in the bathroom. No tears if I'm ruining it for you. I won't apologize. I changed my mind. I'm a mood, I'm a vibe tonight. No matter what, I'm sugar, I'm honey. No matter what, I never worry. I'm that sweet thing. Yeah, I'm your cherry on top. Come on, cherry on top. Come on, cherry on top. Come on, so come get a taste tonight. Cherry on top. Come on, cherry on top. Come on, cherry on top. Come on, so come get a taste tonight. It's me again. I'm wasted like the weekend. I spent all day staring at the ceiling, and it's a mess all up in my head. But no stress tonight. No matter what, I'm sugar, I'm honey. No matter what, I never worry. I'm that sweet thing. Yeah, I'm your cherry on top. Come on, cherry on top. Come on, cherry on top. Come on, so come get a taste tonight. Cherry on top. Come on, cherry on top. Come on, cherry on top. Come on, so come get a taste tonight. I'm a cherry. I'm a cherry. I'm a cherry. On top, on top, on top. I'm a cherry. I'm a cherry. I'm a cherry. On top, on top, on top. Cherry on top. Come on, cherry on top. Come on, cherry on top. Come on, so come get a taste tonight. Cherry on top. Come on, cherry on top. Come on, cherry on top. Come on, so come get a taste tonight. I'm a cherry. I'm a cherry. I'm a cherry. On top, on top, on top. I'm a cherry. I'm a cherry. I'm a cherry. On top, on top.
This song is called Cherry and it's by Bleed and it's one of the latest additions to the B Nation podcast and it's a song that we're playing for the first time here on this episode. We are gonna speak to MAGGIE SZABO in a second, but now it's time to play that song that is gonna represent Spain in the Eurovision Song Contest this year. This is Slow Mo by Chanel.
Let's go. Llegó la mami, la reina, la dura, una Bugatti. El mundo está loco con este party. Si tengo un problema no monetary, le vuelvo loquito todo lo tari. Pues siempre primera, no solo existe una. No hay imitaciones. Y si aún no me cree, pues me toca mostrárselo. Take a video, watch it slow mo, 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 mo. Booty hypnotic, make you want more, 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 more. Voy a bajarlo hasta solo, lo. If the way she could do this dembow, drives you loco. Take a video, watch it slow mo. Te gusta todo lo que tengo, te endulzo la cara en jugo de mango. Se te dispara cuando la prendo, hasta el final yo no me detengo. Take a sip of my cola, ponte salvaje, na, na, na. Make it go like pa, 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 pa. Like pa, 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 pa. Y no se confundan, señoras y señores. Yo siempre estoy ready. Pa' romper caderas, romper corazones. Solo existe una. No hay imitaciones. Y si aún no me cree, pues me toca mostrárselo. Take a video, watch it slow mo, 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 mo. Booty hypnotic, make you want more, 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 more. Voy a bajarlo hasta solo, lo. If the way she could do this dembow, drives you loco. Take a video, watch it slow mo, 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 mo. Booty hypnotic, make you want more, 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 more. Voy a bajarlo hasta solo, lo. If the way she could do this dembow, drives you loco. Y no se confundan, señoras y señores. Yo siempre estoy ready. Pa' romper caderas, romper corazones. Solo existe una. No hay imitaciones. Y si aún no me cree, pues me toca mostrárselo. Take a video, watch it slow mo, 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 mo. Booty hypnotic, make you want more, 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 more. Voy a bajarlo hasta solo, lo. If the way she could do this dembow, drives you loco. Take a video, watch it slow mo.
Our next guest, what can I say? I am very happy to have her on the show because a few weeks ago we congratulate her for being one of the songwriters of this year's Spanish song for Eurovision Song Contest. And you know, she's here with me right now and she is the incredible MAGGIE SZABO. MAGGIE, how are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
Congratulations, honestly.
Thank
because
you.
what can I say? Like being one of the songwriters of the track Slow Mo by Chanel. And being this the song that represents Spain Eurovision Song Contest, like to be honest with you, like it's absolutely amazing, and I cannot be more happy for you. How
Thank
are you? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Like honestly, it's so funny. I was telling someone this the other day. Like 5 years ago, I had this goal for myself. Like I want to get a song in Eurovision one day, just a song that I'm a writer on. And so finally, like, you know, in the last month it happened. So I'm just feeling super grateful and excited. And there's, you know, a lot of music we've been working on. So it's kind of nice. You know how it is. Like you have your own podcast and you have your own business. Like you do all of these things, you put in all of the work, and then finally when you get to see some stuff happening from all the work that you put in, it's just a really nice feeling. So I'm grateful and I'm happy.
And I'm grateful as well, and I'm so happy that happened to you. I just want to say that, first of all, the song is amazing, and I just want to say to everyone out there that like Chanel is an incredible artist, and I want to say that the performance that we saw in the final is absolutely incredible. I cannot be more proud because I think like for the first time in years, you know, I think we are bringing a song to Eurovision that is competitive, which is there's nothing wrong with that, because obviously you're going to Eurovision, what it is, it's a competition, you know, so you have to be competitive. So it's not like nothing weird what I'm saying, you know, on that one. But girl, like Chanel is doing fantastic because singing live and dancing at the same time
I know.
is so complicated.
It's so tough.
Yeah.
And it's true what you said about like a song that's competitive in the sense. I totally know what you mean, because obviously there's amazing songs that can move people and there's sometimes a certain type of song that fits Eurovision well. But I do think that with this song, it has hit potential. And I think it has the ability to to do more than just Eurovision. I think it can be like a worldwide hit, and I do believe that, and I think that's why it's such a great thing for her, because it's kind of her first song as an artist coming out, right? So I just think there's so much great potential for the song and for her in Eurovision. So it's kind of like all these great forces are combining.
No, definitely. And she is a great artist to represent the country. I think like she basically, as I said to you before, to sing and dance at the same time without playback. I mean, come on. I know. And doing the how well that she's doing it is absolutely incredible, you know?
I know.
By the way, I want to ask you a little bit more about what was like your head the day that you found out, because I'm pretty sure that you received a lot of messages.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, I didn't want to get my hopes up too much because I knew there were so many other amazing artists going into the competition and so many amazing songs. And it's funny because when we wrote the song initially, it's not like we had written it for Eurovision. It was kind of like, let's just write an amazing song, which we did. And then Leroy is kind of the guy behind it that got it to Chanel. And so it all happened, you know, we wrote the song last June actually, and then it all happened pretty quickly. Like we got it to Chanel and we heard her demo and we thought she was amazing and we really believed in her as an artist. And then... But you never really know, right? Like we knew she had recorded it and she was rehearsing for the semifinals and that it was going to be used as a contender, you know, to compete against all the other amazing artists in Spain. But you just don't know what it's going to be like. And so I remember the semifinals happened and she came in first for the semifinals. And I'm like, oh my God, damn, like, her performance was amazing. I was blown away with the choreography, everything, her confidence. You could just tell that she had that it factor. And so it was kind of at the semifinals that I knew, like, okay, we actually have a really great chance. And then, you know, I was out for lunch actually with Katie, my publicist. and that's when they had announced Chanel as the winner. So it was a really great moment because I was out with Katie and we all kind of celebrated. And it was just like one of those pinch me moments where you kind of have to like just sit back and take it in, because these things like this, they rarely happen, right? Like once in a while they do. So I just really sat back and enjoyed the moment. And it was kind of like just an unbelievable thing. And so it was really, really a cool feeling.
You know, Spanish people, we are very passionate. And then that's something that you probably like, you know that already. And Eurovision fans also as well, they are very passionate too. What do you think about the whole fan world that is behind the Eurovision? Because to be honest with you, like I'm gonna be completely honest with you, you know, like I'm actually, sometimes I feel like this is good and sometimes as well I feel this is bad. It depends of like how you see it, you know, like the side of the world, you know. How do you feel about, you know what I mean, like the like the whole world in Eurovision? Are you aware, obviously, everything that is just being written about, you know, when a song is like being chosen? Tell me a little bit more about it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, growing up in Canada and now living in the US, I don't experience the craziness that exists in Europe with Eurovision. As a songwriter and as an artist and a musician, and I have people that I work with in Europe, so I kind of experience and I knew about Eurovision through them. And obviously now for the last however many years, I've been a fan and I've been, you know, kind of watching Eurovision every year. But since I don't live there, I feel like I don't get to fully experience the craziness that really does exist. But I do think it's so amazing, just the concept of countries kind of competing against each other. And I love the competition in the sense also that you can just tell people there are so passionate about music. And I love that because, you know, people like, you know, they follow it and they get so into which artists they believe in and which artists they want to win. And then, you know, the countries are competing against each other. And I just think it's so cool that people really fight for music that much. So I love to see that. But of course, there was a lot of controversy around Slow-Mo and Chanel winning. For Spain. And as an English speaker, there was only so much I could really understand what was happening because a lot of the articles were in Spanish, and I was kind of just trying to like catch up from my friends there, like what's really going on. But I know there was a lot of controversy, and maybe even you can fill me in more, like exactly what it is. But at the end of the day, I was kind of like, you know what, controversy is good because it means people are passionate about it, and people are talking about it. So I took it as a positive.
I mean, that and it's the best thing, let me tell you, because look, as a Spanish person that I am, I read all about that controversy, and I feel embarrassed. I'm not gonna lie to you, because, and I'm angry as well, and at certain points, because you know, like you can be passionate, I feel, you know what I mean, but you have to also as well be respectful, you know, especially for the winner, because she won, and it is what it is, you know. Sometimes as well, I feel like people, they need to write articles with a little bit of common sense, because I feel like, for example, look, I don't know nothing about medicine. Let me tell you an example, right? You're not going to see me or writing an article about medicine. So I think like people, sometimes they feel like they need to write about the music industry. Because the music industry, like only people that we work in the music industry for long, we know how it works, you know, inside.
Exactly.
For example, here in the UK, you will be surprised by like you know, like I've been working for about 15 years without, you know, like in different projects, and it's very hard to, you know, to find out that like you met someone that, you know, that is also as well like knows other person that you know. So like the connection always, they're gonna exist, because it's very you know what I mean, it's very normal.
Yes,
you know, I think it's very normal because you haven't been working for so long in the industry, and it's very hard in this industry that you never met someone that knows a person that you already know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's so true. It's such a small world.
Exactly, it's such a small world. It looks like huge, but it's not really that huge at all if you think about it, you know?
Yes, agreed.
Exactly.
I know. There's always like, you know, you can meet someone and there's always going to be like 1 or 2 degrees of separation in this business. And it's interesting too, because, and I'd love to get your take on it. But 2 of the things that I know, because when I posted about Chanel winning, I was getting a lot of like comments and DMs on Instagram from people who weren't happy with the results. One of the comments that people had were that they didn't like that, you know, the song wasn't entirely written by people from Spain. But, you know, my defense towards that was like, Leroy, who's one of the writers on the song, he is from Spain. And that's kind of how music works. Like you said, a lot of people don't understand how the business works. Like you collaborate with people all over the world. And at the end of the day, it's about the song and the power of the song and how great the song is. And however you get there creatively, I don't think that matters. Like, I think at the end of the day, if it's an amazing song and it fits Chanel like it did, that's number one. Like all the other stuff doesn't matter. And number 2, the other comments were that people didn't like, you know, the song is a bit more sexy and it's a bit more provocative, and people didn't like that. And they were saying, you know, it objectifies women. And as a female myself, you know, I said, you know, absolutely not. It's empowering women. Chanel is singing about her own body and her own sexuality and is owning it. And so I think it's the opposite. You know, I think it's her empowering women to start a conversation and have those conversations. And I think if there's this idea that women shouldn't be talking about anything sexual or anything they don't want to talk about, I think that in itself is objectifying women. So I thought it was completely opposite, and I thought it was just empowering, and to see a female up there, you know, crushing it like she did and just owning who she was, I think that's the most empowering thing we can see.
Sometimes we forgot that it's all about music here. So it's all about music. Like Eurovision is a music competition, and sometimes like people, they forget that 2 words, that is about music and it's a competition.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
You're coming to win. Like it's that's the point. You know what I mean? That you're coming to win or to try to win. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And there is nothing wrong with that, you know?
Yeah, like if you can come forward with the best song and the best performance and an amazingly talented artist like Chanel, that's how you win. And I think that,
Exactly.
like you said, you're coming to win. It's a competition. And that's what we're there for. And that's what she's there for. And that's why she's putting in so much work. And I'm excited because I think she has a shot at winning this year, which would be so badass, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I was actually interviewing them the other day, someone who might represent Australia. His name is Andrew Lambro, and he said that he thinks that Chanel is going to win this year.
Oh my, well, if she does, you and I have to get together in person and celebrate.
Have you thought about traveling to Italy this year?
You know what? I would love to. And it's funny because like two of my friends here in LA are huge fans. So we were talking about it. There might be some scheduling issues with a show I have here. So I don't know if I'm able to make it work scheduling wise. But I'm doing everything I can to make it work. So we'll see. I would love to be there.
I mean, hopefully you can be there because you know, like it will be so magical and special for you, right?
I know. Because it's one of those once in a lifetime.
Also, as well, I would love to see that there's, the typical promotional London parties that they are like here like every year, because like that's something that I would love to speak to Chanel, and obviously to give her my congratulations because she totally deserves it, you know?
Mm-hmm. For sure. She's awesome.
She gets like totally high support from everyone in Spain right now. So
I love that.
Yeah, exactly. So Maggie, what can I say? Thank you so much
for
being on the show. Congratulations one more time. Honestly, we are very, very, very proud of you.
Thank you.
All the best for the final in the Eurovision Song Contest this year, okay?
I know. Thank you so much. And thanks for the support as always. And thank you for supporting Chanel as well. It means a lot. And hopefully Spain will take it home.
Hopefully. Maggie, all the best.
Thank you.
How incredible is Maggie SZABO? And we managed to speak to her here on the B Nation podcast. And now it's time to play the latest addition to our nation. This song is called Fixing You, Breaking You, and it's by River. There we go.
I've been lying to myself since I was 6 years old, battling a secret, and then I told you. You said that it's impossible, it must be repairable, but it's not a phase, you know, not a path that I would have chosen, because I am who I am, and you say you understand, but I know that face and it tells the truth. Fixing me is breaking you. I want you to still see love when it's him that I'm holding. Just because we're built the same doesn't mean that I'm broken. You're worrying about who I've told instead of being a hand to hold. But it's not a phase, you know, not a path that I would have chosen, because I am who I am, and you say you understand, but I know that face and it tells the truth. Fixing me is breaking you. Fixing me is breaking you. Oh, I know you always want what's best for me. Whoa, but all I really need is you to let me be just me. I've been lying to myself since I was 6 years old. Oh, but
delivered, and the song is called Fixing You, Breaking You. It's the latest addition to our nation here on the B Nation podcast. Yep, that's it. That's everything from me. Thank you so much to all our guests, A.G. Smith and Maggie SZABO, for being on the show on this episode number 3 of season 7. Join us next week on episode 4, where we are gonna have incredible guests and incredible surprises. I'm not gonna announce yet who is gonna be on the show, but it's gonna blow your mind for sure. Laura was in the production on the show, and my name is Miguel. Thank you so much for listening. Another episode of the B Nation podcast. And remember, join us next Friday for episode 4 of season 7. Until now, stay safe, have a lovely weekend, have a lovely week, and we can catch up next Friday on a brand new episode of the B Nation podcast, available on thebnation.com. Ciao, ciao!